rate bi fi biñ ko charge that same rate la ñoo charge pour VAT bi kon yokku amu fa te am na fànn boo xam ne sax boobu dañ ko wàññi mooy fànni télécommunication boobu dañ ko wàññi because boobu fu mu nekk 20% la te su VAT bi ñëwee dina wàccaat to 15%. VAT bi nag balaa ngay mun a charge VAT bi dafa fekk nga register te bala nga register loi bi dafa ne da nga war a nekk koo xam ne yaa ngi si business mooy benn ñaareel bi da nga war a nekk di jaay marchandise boo xam ne loi bi dafa ne dañ ko war a dañ si war a teg VAT bi ñetteel bi sa business am bi nga fay am si at bi wala si diiri fukki weer ak ñaar war naa toolu si $1 million si dalasi soo amee loolu kon loi dooleel na la pour nga ñëw register ñu jox la certificate boo xam ne dina la dooleel pour nga charge VAT waaye su fekkee ne amuloo 1 million bi waaye sa am si business bi toolu na si juróomi téeméeri junne boobu su la neexee mun ngaa ñëw si sa coobare bopp loi bi forcé wul la waaye soo buggee jëriñoo njëriñ li nekk si VAT comme li nga fay ñu delloo la ko ak yeneen yi boobu mun ngaa ñëw si sa coobare bopp nga ne man de suma business am naa si juróomi téeméeri junne te dama bëgg a register waaye boobu nag balañ laa register foog ñu gëstu sa business seet ndax loi bi lu mu wax di nga ko mun a tegoo di nga ko mun a doxal nu mu waree balaa ñu lay register pour nga doxal VAT bi di charge VAT bi la si gàttal daal loolu laa waxtaanoon fii si programme bi passé
ni nga wax yëpp moom la loolu lañ ko waxtaanee woon fii nii di la gërëm rek Marie Sarr sa olof nag wax dëgg yàlla bu séeréer la wax dëgg let me go back to the director technical for VAT project manager, I mean S.I. Jallo. VAT and sales tax, I think it's just a matter of name change. Can we just, in a layman's term?
Yes. Like I said, we are replacing the sales tax with VAT. Both of them are consumption taxes, but the charging mechanisms differ. Sales tax, you just charge it at a single point of sale. The way the VAT is going to operate, in terms of the way it is designed, it is a multi-stage tax. You can charge it at every stage where value addition takes place. So which means that, you know,
from production to...
for instance, just to give you an example, if you take the example of a furniture, from the time, you know, it comes from timber, the timber is sold to somebody who is, you know, transforming the timber to furniture. At every stage, you know, where transformation occurs, VAT is going to be charged. Whereas sales tax would wait until the final stage when a customer walks in to buy.
Meaning that the lumberjack is the guy who fells the trees and sells.
Exactly, sells.
VAT comes in.
Okay, VAT is charged.
The guy who does the splitting of the log into planks to use for the woodwork, does pay.
Exactly, because that's the way it works. For every stage where transformation occurs, for instance.
But then, wait, let's get this very clear. But then, that person's business must be valued at $1 million.
The way this is going to happen, how you recognize value addition is pricing. The price of a timber would be different from the price of a finished product.
Absolutely.
So when it is in a timber form, going to somebody is going to transform that timber into a finished product. When the timber was sold, VAT was charged. And a finished product is charged, VAT is also charged. So the time that the person that is selling the furniture is charging the price on the furniture, he will also claim the VAT that he paid at the earlier stage. So VAT is just something that keeps going on. But at the end of the day, the one who takes responsibility for paying the VAT is the final consumer of the product. Because what is happening to business is that when business buys and pays VAT, it is refunded. So you see how it is happening. So the only time that revenue is collected is when a final customer walks in and buys the finished product. Whatever VAT is collected at that stage is VAT that is going to be government revenue.
I'm still lost.
Yes.
Between the lumberjack,
yes,
is the one who fells the tree,
yes,
and the guy who saws the tree into planks, and the carpenter who makes the furniture, Who pays now?
In terms of who carries the burden of the VAT is the one who buys the finished product. But
Meaning
at every stage,
I who wanted a bed or
exactly,
who wanted a chair.
you carry the burden, because what is happening, all the stages you have talked about, any VAT that is paid, the one who has collected VAT at that stage would also get refund for the VAT that was paid at the earlier stage. So they keep passing this VAT until the final person comes. You who comes to buy the bed or who comes to buy the furniture, you carry the burden of the VAT.
All right. Let's
so
look
that's
at
why we said
today's agenda. We're looking at VAT. It's a self-assessment tax. We'll look at the due date for filing VAT returns and making VAT payments. But let's begin step by step. VAT is a self-assessment tax. So you as the businessman who is a registered VAT beneficiary or operates VAT assesses himself.
That's what basically it means. That's what basically it means, because there are two things that are involved in the operationalization of the VAT. The registered business has to charge VAT, and he also has to be charged VAT when he makes purchases. But VAT in terms of payments and in terms of the filing of the returns is a monthly tax. So at the end of every month, the business is required to make an assessment of whatever has taken place in order to establish its liabilities. How much VAT did it collect when it was selling to customers? How much VAT did it pay when it was either importing or when it was buying the stocks that it is selling to customers? Now at the end of the month, all these things have to be reflected in a document called a return. And then what was collected from the customers will be compared with what the business had paid, and it is the difference that has to be paid to the revenue authority, provided that what is collected from the customers is more than what the business has paid. But if you have a situation where the business has paid more VAT than it has collected from customers, then a refund situation would arise. But the way it is going to work is that we are not just going to give you the refund directly. We will keep, it's carried forward to the next tax period. If only you are in that refund situation for 3 consecutive months, then that is the time that you can apply for a refund. And if you apply for a refund within 60 days, the refund should be provided. That's how it works.
Clear me on this one. Are you going to, because are you going to give people assessment forms?
Returns.
Return forms.
This self-assessment is going to be done in a document that we call a return.
A return.
That is just like, for instance, if you want to go and apply for a passport, you have to provide all your details, which immigration can use to see whether you are eligible for a passport and give it to you. So this one is also the document that we use to be able to establish what the liabilities of the registered business is. That way we'll be able to know, okay, this is what is payable, and then you prepare a check for what is payable. If we are owing you, what I'm saying is that you are not just going to get a refund straight away. It will be carried forward until for 3 consecutive months. If you are still in a refund situation, then we can consider refunding you. But even before refunding, we have to check whether you don't owe us, whether you don't have liabilities in respect of other taxes, because VAT is just one of many taxes that we are administering. So if we realize that you should be refunded, then within 60 days, the Commissioner General is obliged to provide the refund.
This is a live program on value-added tax and, of course, a sensitization talk show on value-added tax from the Gambia Revenue Authority. Fafanding memurla ke nying kuol jube la bake nying VAT ako self-assessment tax mo ngamira ko nyanta nying itandi namul
malika bo nyama niaje nkai self-assessment wala mu nyimu namle de mi alon ko itemen ka kanin mol bulu re julo ni karo faare to fon be fon kontibol ka jibe nyanta jelle jola Gambia Revenue Authority ni namola karol ebo ifan kontibol nyaadi le ebe formula file ka me return me alon ko karo kari mba dile la wara mine ba a collègue la jiare abetar le bulje o fomo nyimbala iba itan lanna ete jelle wafi ye vat jelle soto ani defana business do me waro me bela marchandise sol sanna business dolu bulu wara waro me yela marchandise o odana ka bona bantala banko kan ye jelle jo vat ka me input VAT so ñun la difference so ñi ite me wafi ye jelle soto ani ite mensan ye jelle jo vat o differential ni nata different sorta je imari nyanta wala jola jiare ni aje ka fa self assessment wala mu ite fan wala be fan konti bola kay lonko inte nyanta nanka mun no jola jiare ko dola karola vat amanche ko comme official be bilo kile ka fo ko karo fa